So the question is, how do you handle your accounting? As an entrepreneur or a business owner, that's the major question I've always gotten as the president of the Doral Chamber of Commerce. We're going to address those issues today. My name is Manny Sarmiento with Bizzle.com, and today our very special guest, Ingrid Cirino from Abacus Bookkeepers, and we're gonna discuss everything, not everything, but really great questions about what people really want to know to handle their accounting. So, as we know, Ingrid, thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself real quick?
Oh yeah. Hey, hi. My name is Ingrid Cirino, and I'm originally from Venezuela. I have been living here in the wonderful Miami for 23 years.
Wow.
And I come from a family of accountants. My mom was an accountant. My dad was an accountant. So what else was I going to be? An accountant.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have been working a long time, like, I don't know, my whole career. I have been working with accounting. I have worked in accounting firms. I have worked in the private industry. And, I have passion for accounting and have a passion for bookkeeping, even though here in the United States I am not a CPA. I do bookkeeping for small businesses, and that's something that I love.
And you do our training for the Doral
Yes.
Chamber, our QuickBooks training. We've been doing that for, that's got to be 10 years we've been doing that, right?
Yeah, I have been working with you guys for, I don't know, since 2016, I believe it was. I start teaching in English after the other teacher left, Ophelia, great teacher. And then I started doing the Spanish one. We have been so successful doing that. And the best part of it is that we have received great comments about it. People love, and one of the things that I love most about that workshop is that people can repeat it within the 6 months after that. And people has come back with questions that mean that they have been doing their task.
They're doing their homework. So
Exactly, thank you.
Yeah, because as I mentioned to people interested in taking the courses, you can take a 6-month course, which and many places offer the 6-month course. You're not going to necessarily learn any more than you can learn with our 1-day course. Not that we teach at the chamber, because if you don't use it, you lose it. So our structure is take the course, pay attention, take notes. It's not hands-on, and then use it. You'll learn in the class which version to use. We're going to talk about that, desktop, online, and use it, because if you don't use it, it's useless. So, and then come back for the free repeat, and then you can ask more questions, and then now you really got it going. So that's great. So let me ask you a few questions. I know, so the history of bookkeeping. Since you're Abacus Bookkeepers, it was the Abacus, right? That's how we. Was the Abacus?
That's how you learn.
Was the Abacus double entry, or just kidding? Okay. No. Then you had the big ledger books, right? In Venezuela, that's what you had, the big ledger books.
When I was 12, my mom, she used to have like I call it like a small, like very small CVS that she used to sell perfumes, shampoos, and all that. And when I was 12, she told me, you know what? Now you're going to help me. I love that, and she said, okay, sit here. The only thing that you cannot do is you cannot make a mistake, because according to the Venezuelan law, el Código de Comercio, you couldn't erase anything.
Really?
So I have to be so careful.
In those big ledger books. Wow, okay.
I have to be so careful not to make a mistake, because, those books were like the Bible, for the business.
Yeah.
So.
And then Excel. There's still a lot of businesses using Excel. Then along came programs like Peachtree, Sage, which some people still use. I heard somebody the other day say
I do have clients with Sage.
But I heard somebody using Peachtree still. Right? You remember the old 64 discs that you had to load, and it took you 2 days?
I'm not that old.
Oh no, well I'm
sorry.
I'm that old. Okay, so now we've got QuickBooks. So one of the things that I want to discuss here is what is QuickBooks. If you can give us a brief description. We have a lot of questions, so we got to keep this brief. Okay. So what is QuickBooks, and why use it versus Excel or some spreadsheet, or maybe manual, some type of manual system?
Okay. Well, QuickBooks is The software is an accounting software. First of all, is the one that is most used in the United States right now for small and medium businesses. Is what I like about it is that it's super user friendly. Right, you're gonna be able to get your reports, your financial reports, in order for you to know what's going on with your business. You know.
Oh, well, you're jumping ahead. That's one of my questions here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. So it's simple. The entries are simple, right?
It is simple. As long our previous teacher, she used to say, if you put the information correct, if you put information the correct way in, you're gonna get the correct results out. So you need to learn how to handle the software in order for you to be able to get the results that you want.
I think
it's not always the case, but
I think you told me, I don't know if it was you or if it was Ophelia, told me a story about a company that was getting paid in Canadian funds and they were putting it into QuickBooks in Canadian dollars, and so that was garbage in, garbage out. Cause
yeah. No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't. Somebody told us one of their clients was doing that. So how does a business use QuickBooks to track their money? What a few of the simple steps.
Simple step, you have two options. Either you can have QuickBooks Desktop or QuickBooks Online. It depends on which one you want. The first thing that you need to do is collect all the expenses that you as an owner has put into the business that are not registered in the bank account. Right? That's the first thing. That's like the startup. Correct. Mm-hmm. If you let's say you open a business and you put with your you use your own money to buy the desk, to buy the computer and all that. Mm-hmm. Keep that, because that is going to be part of your books. And then when you open your bank account, you're going to be able to either, if you have QuickBooks Online, you can go ahead and connect it with your books. I have heard stories that people are afraid to connect their bank account with QuickBooks, but let me tell you, it's a super safe software. Nothing is going to happen. You
are really getting ahead of me, because I have all these questions.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, but that's okay. So, and by the way, you mentioned about a startup, and he puts his own money in. Now you really have to have, because QuickBooks is not necessarily for you to use by yourself. If you're going to do your own taxes, fine, you can do it, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you go to an accountant. I've seen a situation is people get a different software like Sage or some other software, and then when they go to their accountant, it says, "Okay, give me your QuickBooks files."
Yeah, that happens. And what you have to do is, I'm sorry, either you have to learn how to use, or you have to give me the reports, because I don't have that platform in order for me to get in there. Mm-hmm. QuickBooks is super easy to use.
But you're going to work with your CPA, your accountant. You need to know what system they're using.
Oh yeah.
And so I've seen. See, I'm trying to cover some of the things that we've seen through the years, teaching the class and talking to people who are taking QuickBooks. So you said desktop and online version. It's sometimes called QBO, right? QuickBooks
QBO,
Online.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the difference here?
Well, the difference here is super easy. QuickBooks Desktop is the one that you go and download it from Intuit website. Intuit is the owner of QuickBooks. You download it from the website and you install it either on your computer or on a server, so different users can go into the system. Or the one that is QuickBooks Online is the one that you're gonna just go into QuickBooks Online, the website, the login, and you can log in from everywhere. Where are you? It doesn't matter. The only thing that the system is going to ask you is going to give you like a code when you are logging in from a different. I don't think it
two-factor authentication.
Yeah, maybe sometimes, but not always. Mm-hmm. But you can, if you are sitting, in a computer in Colombia. You can go ahead, if you have a computer in front of you, you can go ahead and connect yourself to your QuickBooks.
No, I understand.
It's super easy, super friendly, but that is going to depend on your needs.
Yeah. Now, I see that QuickBooks, most of the software companies are trying to get off of the downloadable desktop type of versions. But in that sense, Adobe's done it. But Adobe, I think, has done it in a different way. They have the subscription model. So instead of having to pay $600 for the software or $400, you have the monthly subscription, $49.99 for Adobe, and then you can download the additional ones, and Creative Cloud controls it. But QuickBooks is still desktop version is desktop version.
Yeah, but that
That's
right now
it looks
is,
like it's going to
is a
transition.
subscription. Like 2 years ago, they stopped the model. They stopped like you buy one, if you want, then you can renew it in 3 years, or you can renew it every year. But right now, it's like under subscription model. You have to pay every year.
I didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, well, that's where the companies are going. I mean, seriously. I mean, I guess I aged myself, but it was the the era of the 64 diskettes. There were floppies, by the way. I don't know if you remember. Okay. I'm aging myself.
If you want to download QuickBooks, like the desktop version, you have to go into the website, in the QuickBooks website, and like it's like hidden. Because right now they're trying to push online.
QBO, yeah, QuickBooks Online. All right, perfect. So, can on either one of those, can you have multiple users, and can you share that? How do you share that with your accountant or CPA?
With QuickBooks Desktop, you can have as many companies as you want, and there is an option right when you go file, and you can go ahead and create an accountant copy. You can either send it by email, or you can put it in share it in Dropbox, whichever, or you can also
That's the desktop version.
Yeah, that's the desktop version. You can go ahead and do that, no problem. I have both clients. I have clients in desktop and in online. My favorite one is desktop. That is such a nice software. But I learned desktop first, then I learned online, and the industry took me to learn online. Mm-hmm. As you know, all business were going over there, and I say, okay, that's it. We have to learn this.
But sometimes we get the complaint from people who started online, and then they said, "Oh, the functionality is missing this or it's missing that."
Yeah,
I've seen that.
It happens. It happens. If you want to run like it has getting better with time. The online one, but the desktop one is super robust on on the inventory part.
Oh, the inventory. Okay, that's another big question on inventory. So if we're on either one of those, it's easier to share with your accountant, right?
Yeah, both. I didn't answer the second part of it. On the online one, there is an option that you can go ahead and invite you just need the email, and your accountant will get the invitation. Great. And he can go and access your books.
Great. And QuickBooks keeps a history of changes made to the entries, right?
It does. It would be a disaster because you can track whatever, anything that any user did. There is something that is called an audit log, and you can go ahead and check it out.
That's very important. Okay, it's a repeat. There's an audit trail that you can see. So if you're a business owner and you've got somebody doing your books, and say for instance you got cash coming in, they change $1,000 to $500 because that you have an audit trail.
Oh yeah, so, you have an audit trail, which if you wouldn't have an audit trail as a software, don't use it.
But a lot of people don't know that.
Don't use it because there's no way that so many things can happen. No. You need to have an audit trail.
All right, we're learning great stuff here. This is good. All right, so you mentioned the bank account. So you can connect to the bank account and then download all the transactions automatically, correct?
Yeah, especially in that is I think that's my favorite feature from QuickBooks Online. You can go ahead and download your transactions directly from the bank. Of course, I don't like the automatization part of it. I don't like, you can go ahead and create rules and tell the system, hey, when you see this, do this and do it automatically. That I don't like. I like to see all the transactions and then I approve if they're correct, if they're not, because, anything can happen.
Well, there's a lot of data breaches. I'm with you on that. I agree with you on that. So, you're doing your transactions monthly. You can do your reconciliation, your bank account, your bank reconciliation, especially if you can download all the transactions. Now, tax time, end of the year. How does is it easy to close the year off? Is it complicated?
Well, the best thing for you to do is to keep your books monthly. Every month do your reconciliation, because you're not going to wait like 12 months to find out, oh, there's something here that is not matching. Or something that happens a lot when the user doesn't know how to handle the system is that the income gets recorded twice. You record the deposit, but you forgot that you have the invoice already done. So you have your invoice, income, and then you have a deposit. Oh, I have money, let's put the money in income. So you have the income twice.
Right. Which is transactions that you can do. You can actually invoice from QuickBooks.
Yes, you can invoice from QuickBooks, receive money from QuickBooks. Of course, QuickBooks is going to charge you like any other third party that process a payment. They're going to charge you money.
So their payment process is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's very good. And what I find that is very useful is that when you send an invoice, for example, if I send an invoice to a client and they have right there the box that is say click here to pay or pay, something like that, you click right there, so you don't have to go, okay, I have to send a check, I have to do a transfer, it's just right there, and it helps. It moves the process.
That's awesome. I have to look into that. Okay, our invoicing is through PayPal or Square, and it's become a hassle. PayPal's become a hassle.
Yeah.
We've used them for forever, but still. All right. So next, what about reporting?
Reporting. One more time. If you enter information correctly, you're gonna get correct reports.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's old.
I have seen so many. You have no idea how many things I have seen that they're incorrect because there is nobody taking care of the books. It's like just what is happening is like when you go to somebody, you're new in the company, hey, this is what you have to do, okay, learn this, and they don't teach them what is going on behind it. You don't teach them that this is what happens when you do accounting. People with no set of skills, they come and they handle your books, and sometimes it's a mess.
So it helps to have a basic accounting knowledge, like what is double entry, profit and reporting profit and loss.
At least read about it. Get educated about it. When you're talking about reports, what happened when COVID hit? Many businesses didn't have the reports ready. They couldn't apply for the loans because nothing was done.
Well, we had everything ready thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Because you're our bookkeepers.
So no, but that happens a lot, and one of my advice to the small businesses is like, know your business. It's not possible that you don't know if you're making money, if you're not making money, what is your income. You need to know all the stuff.
On the chamber side, when we go to, there's a lot of little grants that come up, and I'm just able to say, Ingrid, can we get the P&L from January 1st through December 1st? And then pops it up, and I was able to submit it. That gives us advantage on grants and other opportunities. Good.
That's what happened in COVID. Many businesses didn't have those reports that you needed to apply for the loans. They lost it.
Okay. Good. Awesome. One of the last questions here to ask, do you, and I'll take your personal opinion on this, do you believe that learning QuickBooks and using it in your business is difficult or easy?
It is easy, but you need to educate yourself. That's one of the main things. You hear, everybody can do accounting. If you think so, it's fine. It's not that we're doing rocket science here, no. But learn what is accounting. Learn that there are types of accounts that you need to know: assets, liabilities, equity. Learn that. I'm not asking you to be the CFO of a company, but at least you have an idea what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a few things. Well, even on reporting, what's a P&L? What's a cash flow statement? Sometimes people think, I've got $1,000 in the bank, I've got $10,000 in the bank, but you're flowing out $15,000 a month. That means next month you're going to be in the red.
Your cash flow is super important, but in order for you to have a cash flow report, you need to feed the system. You cannot pretend to get a cash flow out when you're not feeding the system. If you have an Excel, like I've seen a lot. I have this in Excel. Well, put it in QuickBooks. That's what you're paying the software for.
Oh, good. Yeah, miscategorizing.
That's the best part of it. I always, when I'm teaching, You know, when you're doing a check, you have three parts. Who are you paying to? Why are you paying to? Sometimes I see in the profit and loss, which is the P&L that you're talking about, Home Depot. No, 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 no. You're not allowed to see Home Depot as an account on the P&L. No, Home Depot is an office expense or whatever thing that you bought in Home Depot. I mean, Home Depot, no, Office Depot. But it's not an account. It's not an account on the chart of account. So learn. This is easy. We're not, as I said, we're not talking here about rocket science. It's easy, but just learn, study. I take workshops. I read a lot because I don't know everything. So if I get a client that is asking me like a question that I don't know, I have to be honest with them and tell them, hey, you know what? I'm gonna learn that. I'm gonna read more about it.
There's a lot of questions.
Oh yeah,
we hear them all. So let's. We're out of time here, but I really want to thank you, Ingrid Cirino, for Abacus Bookkeepers. This is really great information. Like I said, the reason I wanted to do this interview with you is because these are questions we get every day. We hear every day.
Oh yeah.
As the president of the Draw Chamber, we hear them every day, and we see a lot of people messing up. And then when they come to us, they want to learn QuickBooks. We're able to provide the QuickBooks classes thanks to you. You're our instructor for QuickBooks. So I want to thank you, Ingrid.
No, you're welcome.
Cirino.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. This is going to help a lot of people, so thank you.
That's
my
good.
name. Okay. My name is Manny Sarmiento with Bizzle.com. I want to thank you. Wish you a good day. If you have any further questions, we'll have the information available for you on how to take your QuickBooks classes. Once again, have an amazing day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.